Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to the Girl Talk Oracle podcast. I'm your host, Kiera. On this podcast, we get into all things self-love, healing, leveling up, and becoming the best version of yourself. I hope y'all are doing fabulous on this wonderful Monday. I know I am. I feel better. I don't know. I just feel good. I don't know. We're going to get into some good conversations today. Basically, we're going to be talking about where I am now versus where I'm headed, and pretty much where I've been, because we can't talk about where I am now, where I'm headed, if we don't talk about where I've been. So in this episode, we're going to be going back in the past a little bit. We're going to be going back to some of my journal prompts that I wrote when I was in the trenches, okay? And we're going to be diving deep into where my mindset was at the time and where I am now and where I plan on going from this day forward. As I was cleaning up my room this morning, before my shower, I was kind of like, well, you haven't journaled in a long time. No matter what I'm thinking, like I kind of like voice what I'm feeling out loud. And I haven't journaled how I used to. I used to journal all the time. And I haven't really done it in a long time. So I was like, you know what? I didn't think too much of it. So I just recently, just like not even 20 minutes ago, filmed last week's episode. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you watch it. It's about finding your purpose and things like that. And as I lay across the bed, because I needed to like refresh my mind, like what am I going to talk about for this week's episode? I'm scrolling on TikTok, guilty pleasure, okay? Scrolling on TikTok, and the first video I come across was literally talking about my purpose, and everything that I had just spoke about in the last week's episode was confirmed in the reading. And I was like, what the heck? Like, like I said in the last week's episode, you will get those signs that you're on the right path, and that was my sign right there. And then I come across another video of this girl. She's giving a reading, and she's talking about how she's just talking about, I don't even remember what the reading was about, but something in that reading she talked about, I don't even know what she said to trigger me, y'all. I'm trying to find it. I don't know what she said. It was something that she said in the middle of the reading about um, people aren't going to understand. They're gonna think it was just handed to me. When I blow, people are gonna think this shit was just handed to me, and they're not gonna understand that I went through everything that I went through, and that's what would kind of push me to film this episode about my journal prompts, about where I've been, because it's like y'all was not in the trenches with me, y'all wasn't with me shooting in the gym. So that's basically where this conversation is coming from. Basically, the woman who cried, the woman who begged, the woman who stayed, the woman who made mistakes is the reason that I am the woman that I am today, the woman that can come on this podcast and speak to y'all. So I'm really excited about getting these conversations. I have no idea exactly what we're going to talk about because I don't know what journal entries we're going to go through. I do kind of remember some of what I wrote about in my journals, but like I said, this was like 2-3 years ago when I was in the trenches. So I don't know. I was just expressing my feelings, talking about how I felt, how things were making me feel. And yeah, so yeah, let's go ahead and get into the affirmation of the week. Sorry, that was Oracle Corner. The affirmation of the week is, I honor the version of me that survived what I thought would have broke me. All right, so everything that I thought would have broke me back then is the reason that I'm standing here today and able to even present and conversate with y'all in this way that I'm conversating with y'all, and be proud and standing firm in who I am. And everything that I've been through is the reason that I am as strong as I am, and the reason that I don't allow little things to stop me on the path that I'm meant to be on. Alrighty. So for Read the Room this week, we will be going over my journal prompts. I'm happy. Y'all could tell I'm happy about this episode. We're getting straight into this. It's only 4 minutes and we on Read the Room. Like, I ain't got time today. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about and Read the Room is judging our past self instead of thanking ourselves for what we went through. Like, you go through something and you judge yourself for it. You're like, dang, I could have did this better. And it's like, no, you should have did it the way that it was done, because you wouldn't have been on the path that you're on right now. I think a lot of times we go back to the past and it's like, if you can go back and change anything, what would it be? And it's like, well, if you change the butterfly effect, if you change the smallest thing, you could be in a whole different path. You might not even be here. You know what I mean? Like, it could be the simplest thing, or maybe like on that timeline, something happened to one of your family members. Like, I don't want to change nothing about the past. Everything that I went through in the past is why I went through it. And I'm thankful that that version of Kiera went through that, because I wouldn't be this Kiera that I am today. and the Kiera that I'm meant to be in the future. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our first journal prompt. This is literally, I'm looking, I know this is not there's no visuals this week. I do apologize, but my spirit is calling me to just get on here and talk. Like, I don't have time to worry about the camera today. I just want to talk. This is my first journal, just for honorary. I'm gonna read the first page. This is just to get started. So the first page says, "Thank you, universe, for everything you've given me. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for finding myself on the journey. Thank you, universe." That's literally all I wrote on that first page. The next page is so funny. I'm not about to read this whole journal. I just think it's funny, so I want to tell y'all. The next page is, "I have my driver's license. I am not afraid of driving. I enjoy driving and going where I need to go and doing what I need to do without fear of being alone." Y'all, when I say I used to be so terrified to drive because I didn't have a driver's license, but I also was scared to go get my driver's license. Funny story is I ended up getting pulled over on my way to work. And y'all know, if you know me, you know I don't fuck with the law. Like, I'm scared. I don't want to go to jail. So the moment I got pulled over, I had my license within a week. I think the universe was like, "Look, if you go get them fucking license so you can get out here and do what you gotta do, or we gonna send somebody to scare your ass." So I ended up getting pulled over because my headlight was out. Didn't realize it was out. I used to have to be to work at like 6 in the morning. No, 7. But it used to be dark when I was leaving the house. And basically, my headlight was out, and I seen a cop, and I seen him bust a U, and I was like, "Oh, he about to pull me over," but I didn't know what he was pulling me over for. And he was like, "Yeah, your headlights out." He gave me a warning, but after that, I was so scared because that cop always sit on the same little spots, different little areas on that street. I was like, you know what? I need to go get my license. That is so funny that I wrote that because I got my driver's license now. So that's funny how far we are. Let's go find a page. I don't know if I should do like a random flip. A lot of the beginning of my journal was me being thankful because I was actually not at a place of, and then I date and time all of my journal entries, like the time that I wrote it. Okay, this one's probably going to be good. So this one is January 29th, 2022, 11:41 p.m. "I had a very hard time controlling my emotions today. I let my thoughts get the best of me. For the earlier part of the day, I was working on not letting my thoughts and emotions control my day. I am thankful for my progress. I am thankful for my ability to keep pushing through it. My day, even when it seems tough, I am thankful for being honest with myself, and I am thankful for all that made out of me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you." I remember vividly at this time, like, I was going through a lot when it came to my breakup, and I probably just had a day of crying. That ain't deep enough. Find something else. I'm gonna keep reading until we find something, y'all, because we gotta find something deep. I think I might have to go to my other journal because I think that's when I really start emptying a clip. Maybe I need to go to the end of this journal. Oh yeah. When I changed that pen to blue, from black to blue, that's when I really. Oh, let's read this one. This one is August 13th, 2022. I was journaling. This is a new journal, and I'm only in August. Um, at 10:43 a.m. "I am so tired of feeling like people are always walking all over me. I cry to myself because I let a lot of things slide when I shouldn't. All the hurt parts of me cry whenever I feel triggered by one little thing, and it brings in a rush of emotions for me. Sometimes I can't tell if I'm healing or going backwards when I continue to cry over the same things that once hurt me in the past. It's been 10 months, and some wounds feel like they were cut open yesterday, while other parts feel like they were still slowly healing. I'm still hurt behind a lot. How could you do this to me? After everything, I stayed beside you. You was never faithful to me from the start, and I was so blind believing I was really living in my own fairy tale, thinking you were so perfect, and now my dreams literally shattered in front of me. Whew, right in front of my face. I left, picking up the pieces. You begged me to stay. You begged me to stay. Hold up, this one will get a little deep. Hold on. It's 4 pages long. You begged me to stay, saying you would do right by me and you were going to make it right. Yet another lie, only to break up with me not even a year later once you got me back where you wanted me. That shit was so selfish to do that to someone. I would never stoop that low to be on the level with you. and you've always been below my standards. I lowered them because you was a little bit better than the last. I lied to myself all the time, all these years. You were never fully satisfied with me. So I asked myself, why was I so invested in a man who was never satisfied? Because I thought that what was best for me. It could get me caring from my own, I don't know what that say, insecurities, I think. Now I know I deserve way better and I'm going to have it. Now, even on earth can make me or break me, I am the source of my happiness. As I continue to move with love, not afraid to say I hate you, his name. I don't like you. You, in fact, if it wasn't for our daughter, I wouldn't even have love for you anymore. I wish I could walk away and never talk to you again. Oh, girl, you was going through it. But the love of my daughter, I wouldn't do that to her. But from this day forward, I call back my power that was taken by blank. And I just kept writing it over and over. I call back my power. This is literally like I'm sorry if that reading was kind of treacherous, but like I was trying to, I'm gonna try probably like speed it up a little bit so y'all can kind of like not be as slow reading as me. But basically, when I wrote this, I was in the trenches of my healing journey and I was so irritated. And it's so funny, like some of these, what I wrote in this journal is literally in my song. Like, let me go back to, I was in a fairy tale thinking you were perfect and my dreams were shattered right in front of me. Like that, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't have to look at the date that I wrote the song, but I wrote a song called Fantasy and it was about being stuck in a fairy tale. And a lot of these lyrics are in this journal entry. And I don't even know if I wrote this before the song or after the song. But basically, I was saying, like, if it wasn't for our daughter, like, I would never talk to you again. But I don't want to be selfish and, deny her access to her father because that would be selfish of me. Um, you know, oh, that was real. I remember writing that one. I remember I was just so like, why the fuck would you do this shit to me? This was in August of 2022. So he had just left, and I was like, I was devastated, y'all. I was so devastated. Let me try to find something else. I really feel that that version of myself was teaching me not to settle for less and not to go back on my words and my boundaries because of a man. Never lower your standards. And this is why I preach this to this day. It's like to never lower your standards for a man or anybody on this earth. Like, don't lower your standards to make somebody else happy, to keep somebody else happy. Because at the end of the day, when they're good and tired of you, they will simply be gone. So even if it's like you lowering your standards, and this don't have anything to do with looks or physical appearance, it's just that you deserve better and you're not giving that to yourself. I gotta start back journaling. I think this is another thing that the universe is like calling me to be back on my path. And it's so funny because I just saw a journal entry that the top line on this page is finding my path in life. We're gonna find one more and then we're gonna go ahead and continue on with the episode because I am gonna have to cut out a lot of this page turning and fluffing around. This page is in here. Oh, I think it was meant. What the heck just happened, y'all? I literally just looked at this note. Like, I have a note inside of my journal, and I've kept flipping past the page. I said, I don't need to read that. I'm gonna read the journal entry in a second, but there's literally a note in here that it doesn't belong in here. It's like a journal page. It's like a piece of paper, and it says my goals for 2023. Let's read my goals for 2023. Steady flow of income, multiple income streams, get Cameron in daycare, get out more, live life. I wanted my YouTube channel to reach 100K. We're still working on that. Upload a video once a week. I am Kiera, reach 50K. My monthly goals, take Cameron out more, spend more quality time with Cameron, teach Cameron more, get on a schedule for both me and Cameron. That was my mommy goals, not monthly goals. That's so funny. Okay, but let's read this note on the side. Because I almost cried. Like, I literally kind of like got choked up a little bit when I looked at it. It says, thank you, future self, for not giving up and doing the work that needs to be done to get me where you are. Oh, this is a note to my future self. Y'all, I'm about to cry because I forgot I wrote this. Now that I'm reading it, I remember that I wrote it, but I forgot that I wrote it because I don't know why. Okay, I didn't expect to find this today. Thank you, future self, for not giving up and doing what needs to be done to get you where you are. Thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you, guys. Thank you, angels. Thank you, God. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you all. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. I did not expect to find that message in there today. Okay, let's read this last journal entry. Dear universe, guides, ancestors, I want to say thank you for being here when I felt like I was alone, giving me the things I needed in the moments of being hurt, lost, and confused. Thank you for allowing me to go through certain processes so that I'll know and learn from the past mistakes. The past few years have been the most eye-opening years of my life. I've lost, I've learned, and I've grown so much. Sometimes it scares me. I know that everything was for a reason, so that I can know better to do better. I know some parts of me aren't fully healed, and I'm still working on freeing myself from past traumas. I've always been one to have faith in the process, but it wasn't until I was in deep in my emotions and what I've been going through that I realized I had lost my faith in my journey. So much hard work that I didn't see paying off made that a little worse for me. 2022 was a up and down year. I had to face so many harsh truths and moments I felt like I was at my worst and buried in my emotions. In quotation, my phone just rang and it was my baby girl Cammy. So funny she called at the time because she is one of the main reasons I was able to push myself. Oh, I just thought about something and I feel like I'm about to cry because I kind of remember writing this and Jesus Louises. Push myself and not give up, allow myself to stay down too long. I understand that all of this was to heal the best parts of me so that I can not get back to the old version of myself, but to help me embrace the new version of myself. Universe, angels, guides, ancestors who've all have had my best interests, I ask that you send the abundance my way that will release me from the shackles. That will release me from the shackles of being taken care of by others and them making me feel like a burden. I ask that you answer all of my financial problems to help me become financially stable, generate multiple streams of income. I'm not asking out of thin air, but from all the hard work that I've put in. I know in my heart that you will answer my request, and I am thankful for it in advance. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Everything you've done for me and everything that you will continue to do for me. I am grateful for my success on both my YouTube channels, financially surpassing 100K subscribers and generating income. I am thankful for all the brand deals and collaborations that I have. I am thankful for the hundreds and thousands of people who are supporting me on my journey. I am thankful for my spirit, my spiritual growth. I am thankful for my car. I am thankful for my education. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels. Thank you, God. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am, most importantly, I am thankful for myself. Y'all, okay, that was the last one I'm reading. I don't know why I want to be emotional this episode. I don't. Maybe that's why I was called not to record it, because if I cry on camera, I probably would have stopped the video. But the fact that y'all can't see me crying is enough, okay? But I'm going to insert a picture of what my vanity looks like right now. Oh, get it together. I'm trying my hardest not to cry. I am so grateful for that version of me that picked up that pen. Oh, I sound horrible. I sound nasally. I'm so grateful for her, y'all. Because had I not wrote that down, I would have never been able to look back and be thankful for what I have right now. Even just that thank you note of thanking myself for everything that I went through back then to where I am now. Give me a second. I sound so nasally. If y'all can see my vanity right now, literally yesterday, I literally took out every single sample. If you don't know, I am a beauty creator. I create makeup content, hair content, skincare, whatever. I literally took out every single PR package, every single free sample, every piece of product that I received. Y'all, it's sitting behind me right now. And the fact that I was so grateful in his journal entry about having a brand collaborations, being grateful for just stuff that I like, spending more time with Cammy, and just the being like a great mom, and everything that I wrote in that journal is literally in my life today, y'all. I don't have 100,000 subscribers. If y'all want to get me there, make sure you subscribe. But the fact that I can turn around and look at every PR package, every collaboration is sitting right behind me is proof. And I don't know why I pulled it out yesterday. I kind of put it out because I wanted to do a video about not giving up, like to keep pushing, to keep thriving, to keep going, right? And y'all don't even understand, like, that version of me prayed for where I am right now. I prayed for that shit, y'all. I said, universe, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. And the universe gave it to me. God gave it to me. Source gave it to me. And this last week, I've been like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing no content today. I don't feel like doing this today. And I look back now and I'm like, you was literally asking for this, girl. And I am so fucking thankful for that version of me. It's kind of like, that's my homegirl when I'm talking to her. It's like, you know how a lot of times where we project into the future, we talk to our higher self in the future of where we are, like, it's like me sending a message to my future self, like, hey girl, you got it. Thank you for, you're successful. It's me in this moment because I knew that I would get here. That is encouraging that version of me to keep going. It's like the full circle moment. I knew that I would be here today, talking, not afraid, not scared of what people would think about me and my journey and my spirituality. I knew that I would be here. I'm gonna have to wrap this shit up because I ain't about to be over here crying like this, y'all. Like, it's not sad tears, y'all. These are tears of joy. Tears of fucking joy, y'all. Like, because I knew that I would be here one day. Is everything exactly how I wrote it or how I pictured it? No. But abundance comes in more forms than just financial. Before we wrap up, read the room. Sorry I cried, y'all. It was all tears of joy. But before we wrap up, read the room, I just want to let y'all know that healing is not, it's not always pretty, but it's powerful. Even in the deepest, treacherous parts of my healing journey, I still saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think, and a lot of y'all not gonna understand why I just cried, because y'all wasn't down there with me. I was down there by myself. And little footnotes that I left for myself. I didn't know. It's so crazy that when I wrote that journal entry, when I wrote even just that little note, the note didn't go coincide with that journal entry. Excuse me. That journal entry was completely different from the note, but the fact that it was left on the same page is because I was meant to find it right now at the same time. When I was writing that to my higher self, I feel like I was writing it to an outside source, like not actually me. Like, I felt like I was writing it to my soul. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I never felt like I was going to get that message. When I wrote that message, I wrote it because I needed to hear that in the moment too. But the fact that I wrote that to my higher self, and now that my higher self is me, and I heard the message because I forgot about it, the meaning and overall message of the message means something completely different from when I wrote it. It's kind of like I was two different, because I'm two different versions of me. That version of who I was and who I am now is not the same. So when I wrote that to myself, I felt like I just got a letter from one of my friends that passed away. Because that old version of me, she's still with me, but she's not here. Because that's not me anymore. I feel like I just found a letter from someone who passed away in my life, and they left me a note. That's what it feels like. And I think that's why I got so emotional, because I know that version of who I was is not who I am today. And I think that's why I'm so emotional about it, because I know that I'm not that version of me no more. I know that that girl that wrote that note, she is so proud of me, because I'm not that version of me no more. The question is, what is something that I believe in, that I believed in then that I don't believe in now? It probably would be what I just spoke about my higher self, because it's kind of like timelines and like time travel. Is like that version of me don't exist anymore. But had I not decided to go on my healing journey, that version of me definitely would still exist. But because I chose a different path, that version of me no longer exists. So me writing that letter to myself is basically like a whole different timeline. Like I quantum leaped, you know? And the next question is, could I survive that version of myself, that version of my life again? I believe that I could, because I believe that it's in me, not on me. Like I can survive it 100%. And it said, what was my lowest point? I think my lowest point was my lowest point throughout my entire journey leading up to now was when my brother passed away. That was definitely my lowest point, but I was already low, but it was kind of like a slingshotted moment, because I was low from, relationships, from not relationship, from, ending of that relationship that I was in. And when I started to elevate and get a little bit higher, my brother passed away. So it's like, as soon as I started to climb back up, my brother passed, and it's like I was right back where I started as far as like healing. But this time it's like I was the imagery. I always got to give an example of, gosh, because I want y'all to see like how it was for me. Um, so just imagine there is a building, a tower, should we say, and the more you go up the elevator or the stairs, is the higher you are. Um, in life, the more successful you are, the better things get for you, right? Luxury buildings, or penthouses are always at the top, right? And I think like when my relationship ended, I got pushed all the way to the bottom. And then when I started to heal, I started to go up the stairs. I wasn't taking the elevator, I was going up the stairs. Like I took the slower route, right? And then when my brother passed, I went right back down to that base level, but this time I wasn't in the same room. I was in a different room, because this was heartbreak from a relationship, and losing my brother was a completely different type of heartbreak. So it's like, it was kind of like the same journey, but I was just in different rooms. So like I experienced different things with the healing journey. And I'm still healing from my brother passing. Like that's something that will forever be um in my healing journey. And it also says, what am I proud of now? I am proud of her. I'm proud of the past version of me, because that girl she's fearless. I am so proud of her, because, and I'm speaking in the third person, but I'm really proud of her, because if it wasn't for her and all the shit she went through, I would not be where I am today. And I wouldn't have the mindset that I have today. Like I wouldn't have the courage that I have today if it wasn't for her, for me taking that time out to sit my ass down and actually heal through what I went through. You got to heal through it to feel through it. You got to feel through it to heal through it. There was no escaping that healing journey for me, and I knew I had to sit that shit out and heal. I didn't even connect with like people for 3 years after that relationship ended. I wasn't interested in nobody. um I really wanted to heal myself. You know how they say you gotta, to get over somebody, you gotta get under somebody else. Fuck that. I set my ass down and heal. You do not do that, because if you do that, I feel like you keep, pulling in the same type of energy. All right, so let's go ahead and get into a vibe check. So we're gonna be playing then versus now. So I'm just going to be rapid answering some questions. What would I do? The old me do versus the healed me. So the first question, the first scenario, what would you do if somebody ghosted you? The old me, I probably would overthink it and just let it be. I will overthink it. The new me, if they ghost me, I ghost them too. Like, we just stop talking. I don't know. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, if somebody ghosts me back then, I would overthink it. Like, if I was the problem, blah, blah, blah. But the new me was like, girl, fuck you too. Boy, fuck you too. Like, I don't care. Like, I would just not care about it. What would you do if a friend disappointed me? What would I do if somebody disappoints me, like a friend or whatever? The old me, I would talk shit. Um, the old me, I would talk shit. I would, I would be annoyed, but that annoyance really was just me being hurt. But now, um, it's either I'm gonna tell you how I feel or we just simply won't be friends, basically. The next scenario is what would you do if you got rejected? The old me would take that internally and make it feel like something is wrong with me. The new me would simply just move on with my life, and just know that that person or whoever it was wasn't aligned with me and the path that I'm on. Like, I take a higher road and I look at things from a higher perspective versus always taking it internally and feeling like something is wrong with me. The next scenario is what would you do if you felt lonely? The old me would try to keep people in my life. I would try to hold on and cling on to relationships and things like that with people. The new me, the healed me, I enjoy being alone. That's just simple as that. What would you do if somebody chooses someone else over you? What would the old me do? The old me sat her ass down and cried. And I took the stairs to heal because that actually happened to me. The new me, I'm going to sit my ass down and heal. Like, I'm gonna do the same thing. Like, that version of me did not change. Like, I feel like that was the version of me that healed through all that shit, is the maturity and like being left for somebody else. Like, so I don't think, that's still the same. I'm still just gonna sit down and heal. I feel like I won't take it internal because I did kind of take it internally. Like, I felt like it was like something wrong with me. Like, I felt like maybe I wasn't beautiful or like, what did I do to make you like not choose me? It was kind of like my thoughts, if we're being completely honest. But the new me probably was just like, not say I don't give a fuck or wouldn't give a fuck. I just wouldn't take it internally. Like, I mean, it is what it is. That's your character flaw, not mine. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into girl code. So the first girl code you can take away from this episode is you don't owe your past self shame. You owe her gratitude, girl. Be thankful for sis because sis got you to where you are today, honey. So the second girl code is going to be the woman you are becoming will always thank the woman who refused to give up. And the final girl code to take away from this episode is don't judge your healing journey, celebrate your growth, and honor the versions of you that survived. I know that this episode was a little bit different. I was kind of all over the place. I cried, I laughed. Did I expect to do that? No, but I did, and this is all I wrote. I mean, that's not every journal entry, but I think the ones that I read to you was the ones that I was meant to read to you today. Let me know if you like this style episode, because girl, we'll break down that whole motherfucking journal for real, and we will get to the bottom of it, okay? But I hope y'all did enjoy this episode.